Hey rock stars, welcome back to Metaphysical Monday. So before we get into our topic for Metaphysical Monday today, I just want to remind you that tomorrow is our 420 contest, and if you're not familiar with that, I hold up a rock and you have to guess what it is, and out of all the correct guesses, I pick a random winner the next morning and you could win that rock. It's another way of getting stoned at the Falsa Cartel, and it's a lot of fun. So if you haven't joined us with that, you might want to, because it's great and you could win a cool rock. And then the next day, Wednesday, we're having our next Facebook Live shopping experience, which is really fun. We hold up an item, we give it a number, and if you're interested in purchasing it, you just say, I'll take number 4 or whatever in the comments. And in a couple of weeks from that date, on July 8th, on Wednesday, 2 o'clock, I'm going to interview a friend of mine who's a very experienced rock hound, and he's going to share with us some tips and tricks and some stuff about rock hounding, which is a great activity to do in the summer, and especially now with social distancing. You know, you're out there in the middle of nowhere, you're socially distanced away from lots of people, so it's a good activity, and it's a great thing to do with your kids too. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So today I wanted to continue our conversation about transformation that I started last Monday. So we're going through a huge paradigm shift right now, and it could be really difficult for a lot of people. It's unnerving because you don't know, you're not sure what's going to happen next. I mean, first we had the pandemic, and we still have it, and then this thing with all the protests, and I mean but even though it might seem like freaky and difficult, it's all positive, okay? Even though people have been suffering and some people are dying, ideally you can shift the perspective to see it all, the silver linings in all of it, right? Like with the protests and with George Floyd dying, of course, we're seeing lots and lots of change happen with defunding the police and police brutality. So that's a positive thing, right? And with the pandemic, where the earth has been clearing from pollution and people are reacquainting themselves with being still and quiet and being more grounded and still, and that could bring a lot of benefit too. So, and there's other benefits that I haven't thought of right now, but I know there are. So what can we do to help us through this transformation, because it's really tricky and could be really difficult for a lot of people. So one thing I wanted to bring up today is the importance of keeping centered. So if you've studied Taoism at all, they teach about the importance of centering. In dealing with threatening energies, it's important to keep in balance. They teach us that it's actually a paradox that soft is strong. Here's a quote. I've been reading this book, The Tao of Personal Leadership by Diane Dreher. It's a really good book. In fact, I'm reading it through a second time. It's that good. She says, relaxation makes us stronger, makes us much stronger than does rigid armoring or muscular strength. Centering can be centered, we can meet any conflict with power, grace, and flexibility, like bamboo, right? It's strong, but it moves with the wind. Able to blend with the energies around us, we can transcend dualism, perceive new creative options, and prevail in difficult situations. Centering requires a positive sense of ourselves. The greater our self-esteem, the more centered we feel. But conversely, the more we practice centering, the stronger our sense of self. So think about that. I thought that was really cool. So I thought I'd share with you some stones that would help with centering. So agate is a really great grounding and centering stone. Here's an agate geode, a really pretty one. It aids in centering and stabilizes physical energy. It's also soothing, calming, and grounding, and helps build self-confidence. This is a really, really pretty one. Here's another really pretty one. So these form around gas bubbles and lava flow. Look at the inside of that. It's like a little cave in there. I love the colors on that one. And then we also have some agate pendants, just some really simple little agate pendants like this one. These are only $7. And then we have them where the hole, so this one has a bail on the top. A bail is where there's a piece where you could put a cord or a chain through it. And then this one is just drilled, so you could put a cord through the hole, make a little knot on the top. And this one's only $4.50, so we have bunches of those. And then next we have dendritic agate. Dendritic agate encourages you to remain centered in times of strife or confusion, bringing stability. It lends perseverance and the ability to see difficulties as a challenge. Opens and aligns the chakras, enabling them to integrate higher consciousness. So dendritic agate is agate with dendrites. The little black things are the dendrites, which are made of manganese. These are from Madagascar. So that one, here's another one. I'm seeing a reflection of something. What is that? That's weird. There's another big one. This one's got some, I think that's saginite in there, some other inclusion. And they just look like this on the back. They just cut them and polish them. It's amazing that that's inside, isn't it? And then here's a big one. By the way, I still can't see your guys' comments. It's really frustrating. I'm so sorry, but hi, whoever's watching. And if you have any questions, I'll answer afterwards. This is a nice big one. It's a stand up. It's cut so it's flat and it could stand up. And then we have amethyst. Amethyst is a great grounding stone, balancing stone. It balances highs and lows. Here's a nice little Uruguayan amethyst, nice deep purple. Promoting emotional centering. It dispels anger, rage, fear, and anxiety, and alleviates sadness and grief. And then here's a little a chevron amethyst soothing stone or worry stone. It has a little indentation. And here's a big Uruguayan amethyst stand up. Oh, whoops, oh no, shoot. Darn it, sorry you guys. Oh my gosh, let me see if I could, this is not very stable the way I have it set up here. Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing. Okay, well, maybe I won't use the light right now. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to show you this agate lamp that we got in. I showed you this last Wednesday. We got some great agate lamps. Very, very pretty. And then aragonite right here. Aragonite helps center and ground physical energies. It's useful in times of stress, teaches patience and acceptance, and combats oversensitivity. Anne started putting the aragonite in our spiral cages so you could wear it around your neck, because normally they don't make jewelry out of aragonite. So, but this is a great way to wear it. And then chrysanthemum stone. This is chrysanthemum stone. It helps you enjoy being centered in the present moment and encourages the self to bloom. So there's that one. That's what chrysanthemum stone looks like when it's not like touched up at all. This one's a polished chrysanthemum stone on both sides. And then here's where they touch it up. It's not a fossil, it's a mineral formation. It's a combination of a bunch of different minerals. And then we have galena. Galena is a very grounding stone, anchoring and centering. And we have this size and smaller and a little bit bigger in Galena. And then Snowflake Obsidian. Here's a Snowflake Obsidian sphere. It promotes dispassion and inner centering. With the aid of Snowflake Obsidian, isolation and loneliness become empowering. And that's what I was trying to say earlier about the pandemic making us be still and quiet and, at home and isolated. It can be empowering if you tap into all the benefits of being still and quiet and alone. Of course, we need our social interaction, but sometimes we get overstimulated with too much social interaction, too much yang, too much doing. So we have this size heart in Snowflake, and we also have these smaller ones that are great for pockets. These are $9 for the smaller one and $14 for the bigger one. And then we have carved animal pendants out of Snowflake Obsidian and other stones. Here's a elephant. These are only $9. Okay, thanks for watching, everyone. Sorry about the mishap with the light. And I'm sorry I can't see your comments, but I'll see them afterwards. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for the 420 contest and Facebook Live shopping on Wednesday. Cheers.